My name is Joe Welsh. I'm the Executive Director of Friends of Sinners.
My name is Dewey Wilhite, a follower of Jesus Christ. I am the first shift house manager here at Friends of Sinners.
Yeah, we're here to talk about our Less is More project. It comes from Gideon's 300. In 2016, I started this project just kind of out of desperation. We were struggling to make ends meet and to raise money, and I started to really dig deep and pray and think about ways to raise money. I got to this place where I started praying every day that God would give me the best fundraising idea, that He would give me this huge event, that the Owensboro would go crazy over this event, that we would raise a bunch of money and it would just be the best fundraiser ever. And so that was kind of my prayer and my heart and where my mind was. And I continued to pray that prayer and search for fundraising ideas for several weeks. And one day the Lord kind of answered my prayer and gave me this number, 10,000. I had no idea what it meant, so I started asking people, asking friends and brothers in Christ where 10,000 was in the Bible, what that meant. And from that, I was led to the story of Gideon and his 300 soldiers. And in that story, God decreased Gideon's army from 32,000 to 10,000, and from 10,000 into 300. And they were going up against a Midianite army of 185,000 soldiers. So the odds were really stacked against Gideon and his men to win this fight. And I just kind of put myself in that story, and God used that story to change my view on fundraising at that point. So what God revealed to me was that I was focused on the wrong thing, that I was focused on the 10,000. I was focused on a huge fundraising event and putting on a big show for everyone to see and enjoy. And God has always provided, that He's always taken care of the ministry of Friends of Sinners. And so at that point, I came up with the Less is More project. So the idea was for people to give 300 people to give $100. I did that for several reasons. The first reason being just I wanted God to get all of the credit, just like He did with Gideon and his army's victory. God got all the credit for Gideon and his army defeating the Midianites. And I wanted to make sure with this fundraiser that God got all the credit also. So the second reason I chose this simple 300 people for $100 is because I wanted a way for everyone to be involved, everyone to have an opportunity to be a part of it. It's not a number. $100 isn't a number that you have to be super rich or in a great place in your life to be able to contribute and be a part of this. So I knew with so many of our supporters and alumni and people who have a heart for Friends of Sinners, a lot of them don't have a lot of money, but their commitment and their dedication and their heart for Friends of Sinners, they were willing to give $100, and that's kind of how it started. And after I dug deep and searched for my own faith in this project, the Lord kind of, not only did He provide, but He really raised the level of my faith by the donors sending letters and prayers with their donation. I would sit in my office at work, and every day for 2 months I would get 10 to 15 to 20 letters, each one of them having $100 or more in it, and they would all have a card or a letter, a handwritten letter of encouragement. And it was through those letters that this Gideon's 300 project really took off, and we really saw success for the first time as a fundraiser. So it's kind of the backstory of how it all happened. So the story, the fundraiser has kind of taken on a life of itself. Not only does it raise the money that we needed to raise, but it's really kind of an encouraging time for Friends of Sinners. It's the beginning of a new year, of a new fiscal year, where we all start off our years as nonprofits. We start off, we have to do it all over again. We have to raise the money all over again. Last year's gone, whether we were successful or not. it's time to do it again. And so the Less is More project has always, for the past 4 years anyways, has kind of set us up to have a good year every year, and not only set us up but carried us throughout the entire year, so that the burden of raising money and where is the money going to come from hasn't been there for us in 4 years almost. And so that's kind of the coolest part for me, and the letters of encouragement have really blessed me and helped me grow in my faith. So.
I think in front of the centers that sticks out most to me is, I was a client here, went through the program, introduced me to Christ, changed my life. So now I have the opportunity to work here as a staff member. The blessing about working here would be seeing the guys' lives that are changed, where they get on their knees and they give their life over and surrender their life to Christ, man. Like, that is so beautiful. God's got me here for a reason. I could have a job anywhere in the world, but I love this place.